Hello. Today we're going to talk about cybersecurity and cyber threats with AI. That's my video proposal. How AI is changing this. And my name is Charles Trombley. My project. I have the slides on this monitor because this monitor is 4K and I did not have enough storage for 4K video. So that's why it's on this one. Uh, Now, first, we're going to talk about the $25 million uh deepfake video call. 2024 finance employee at an engineering firm called Erup joined a video call she thought was his colleagues. Glenn, the company's CFO, Chief Financial Officer, on the call. He was instructed to make a series of wire transfers. He did. I think there's 15 of them. I didn't write that there, but totaling $25 million. A lot of money. $25.6 million. Yeah, right there. Uh, and here's the problem. Everybody on that call was fake other than him. It was AI generated. They had entered AI generated voices. And not one real human was there besides the employee. And this already happened. And that is exactly why I picked this topic, because it's kind of a new topic. You know, AI, we've been talking about it pretty much all of 2020. And you can't trust video calls anymore, you know? That's what you thought was the main thing in this video. So I'm going to show you how attackers weaponize AI to make attacks faster, more convincing, and harder to catch. And secondly, I'm going to show you how security teams are fighting back using AI for their own detection and response threats faster than before. Finally, I'll talk about where this arms race is heading and why it matters to you, and you're not, even if you're not a cybersecurity professional. I know you're a cybersecurity professional watching this because you're the professor, but not everybody is. First, why does this matter? Uh, why does this matter? For years, thought I was phishing emails. You know, it's pretty easy to check phishing emails. They check you by clicking a bad link, but they're pretty easy to spot. They got bad grammar and awkward phrasing, like "dear customer" or something. But generative AI has essentially industrialized social engineering. An attacker can now research the target. AI can research the target now and make audio that sounds realistic. And what used to take a team of skilled con artists is now done by one person and the internet. And the numbers back this up. Researchers have tracked down deepfake related fraud attempts, surging by more than 2,000% right here. Oh my god. And over the past few years, with documented losses exceeding $1.8 billion. Now, it's not just about scale either, it's about speed. Some of the faster attackers, according to 2026, now move from the initial break and the stealing of the data in as little as 7 to 2 minutes, and down from the 5 hours just years earlier. In some of the most advanced ones, AI-driven espionage campaigns, as much as 80 to 90% of the attacks is now carried out autonomously, with no human directly steering it in real time. So this isn't a future problem. This is already reshaping how criminals and companies are operating right now in 2026. Crazy. How? Now we're going to talk about how attackers are using AI. They're using it to make these AI generated phishing emails. They're smarter now. They have adaptive malware. I know, crazy. AI generated phishing emails are like the old school ones. These ones are now personalized. I think I had some of these before, which is crazy. I think I had a personalized one, and I think I had to freeze my social security number, which is pretty bad. It was back when I didn't know much about it, but you know, these are really scary things. These systems can now get you when you're kind of like really desperate for a job. And they're like, hey, you want this job for what is it? You want what am I? I'm cybersecurity, or they're like, you want a cybersecurity job? What's the last four digits of you? We'll pay you this amount. We need to do some things. What's the last four digits of your social security number? Don't give out your stuff like that. It's a bad idea. But in referencing, they could sound like your boss or your friends, you know? And these calling technologies have gotten so good that it takes 3 seconds of someone's voice to build from a sample or voicemail or a clip of a podcast to produce ones to make it convincing enough to fool people who know you personally well. Deep fake fraud, as we talked about, uh, these look like your friends and stuff, trusted people like the CEO, family members, close friends, to manipulate someone to doing something they normally wouldn't do, like authorizing payments, giving out like your social security number or banking information. You see, it's very scary. And remember, this is not for beginners. Uh, here are the stats. Uh, sounds Researchers have found that humans can only correctly identify a high-quality deepfake about 24.5% of the time. The worst, that's worse than random guessing. Our instincts, the ones that we rely on for our entire lives to judge whether someone is who they say they are, simply is not built for this. And now, it's not just corporate fraud. The same techniques are being used to spread disinformation and manipulate public trust, including concerns about their impact on upcoming elections, financial markets. Now, there's adaptive, self-evolving malware. This is the third piece that can change its own behavior in real time to dodge detection from traditional antivirus software. Looks and the traditional antivirus looks for known malware signatures. But basically, the AI driven malware can adapt on the fly, altering itself has slipped past those defenses. Some researchers describe this as like an AI versus AI battle. Attackers can also use AI to continuously scan for weaknesses across the internet. Recent industry reports found 40% of increase in the attacks that started by exploiting public-facing systems and jumped largely driven by AI speeding up the process and finding unpatched vulnerabilities. And one, attackers get in, they move fast. The average time it now takes for them has gone from initial break-in spreading across the network has dropped about 29 minutes, and the fastest is just 20 seconds. So, how are we defending against these attackers? Because we got the attackers, and now we got the defenders. Now we have AI threat detection. This works differently from traditional security tools. So just checking for known malware signatures. These systems analyze huge volumes of behavioral data across networks, devices, and cloud systems looking for anomalies, things that look unusual, even that specific attack that never has been seen before. This matters because security teams are drowning in alerts. On average, a security team faces close to 3,000 alerts a day. And historically, more than 60% of them go uninvestigated simply because there isn't enough time for the staff. AI helps by automatically connecting related warning signs and prioritizing the ones that actually matter the most. These the results are measurable. Some organizations have cut investigation time from over 30 minutes down to just 2 minutes using AI assisted tools, with human analysis still making the final call before the action is taken. And financially, companies use AI to automatically extensively use AI automation extensively in their security operations have been shown to contain breaches more than 100 days faster than average. It's even somewhere to 1.9 and $2.2 million per breach compared to companies without AI-driven defenses. So it is no surprise then that the adoption is climbing fast. Analysts project by 2026 more than 60% of organizations will rely on cybersecurity platforms with AI augmented automation, up from less than 20% just a few years ago. So what does this add up to? This is AI behavioral biometric biometrics. A little bit dyslexic. Systems will flag when the user's behavior doesn't match their rhythms and patterns, like logging from unusual locations or typing unfamiliar rhythms. Deepfake detection tools. This will analyze video and audio for subtle artifacts and synthetic media. And AI and automation incident response. AI systems that can isolate compromised devices and lock them down. Now it's an AI versus AI race. So what does this all add up to? Every improvement that defense pushes, attackers make a new invasion technique. And every new attack technique pushes defenders to build a smart protection. Some researchers now describe this as literally an AI system fighting another AI system in real time inside a compromised network. What is the balance here? Several major security firms, I think, currently argue that AI actually favors the defenders because the same automation that helps attackers scale up also help defenders scale up detection and response. They frame this as less as some revolutionary new threat and more as an evolution. Attackers are doing some basic playbooks, just much, much faster. But there's one risk worth flagging that I think so in conclusion, I think conclusion the same AI capabilities that are making cyber attacks faster and cheaper, more convincing, are capable of letting defenders detect and respond faster than ever before. It is really a two-sided story. AI is both the sword and the shield. But I want to end this. Even with the automation, security tools are security experts. Clear human judgment still matters. That's why I'm taking this class. AI is described again and again. Is described as a tool that supports us analysts, not replacement of us. So going forward, I don't think the question is going to be, is AI part of security, cybersecurity? It's really, how are we going to be using it? Because I kind of use the AI in the CCDC with like Alex, and I remember Fiza was there at one point. And we used the AI with Claude, I think, at one point, and I was using it to make something like those scripts for, I think it was Splunk that we used it for, and you could look for anomalies that way. Especially me, who was a little less kind of used to this stuff. I was more of a beginner, so it kind of helped out with making commands. So going through all the logs and stuff. So that is my conclusion. Have a good day.